Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome to Blueprints, a game that I know almost nothing about. It's you construct a house from a deck of blueprint cards, and it's a roguelite, I think. And that's about it. People are talking, but people seem excited about it, but they don't seem excited about it in any specific way. So I'm
Yeah,
pretty
they don't want to let
curious.
us. They're trying to keep it a secret from us. I know a lot of board game people are excited about it, and
Okay.
board game people aren't very excited right now. So this is this is pretty good.
Maybe they're just looking for something to be happy about. All right, I mean, let's get in here and find out the thing. Apologies if the audio is, but the audio mix is an ongoing.
This is a good loading icon. That's neat. I like the shade of blue. I like the shape.
The game hasn't made any significant noises yet, so if there's dialogue or whatever, I'll adjust it live. It's mistletoe, right? That leaf
Yeah,
shape with the
probably
berries,
that makes sense.
or holly or something like that. What's it? Does it make sense? Why is that? Is that associated with?
No, it makes sense as mistletoe.
Right,
Oh yeah, I see that now.
right. But
I
why would that make sense? Is that associated with engineering in some way, or
No, mostly associated with killing Norse gods, but as far it makes sense.
one
I
Norse
didn't
god?
recognize I didn't recognize what the shape was, and then you said what the shape was. And, oh, it makes sense that that's what the shape is. If I explained myself,
No, you should definitely spend a lot more time on that.
are you being nice to me?
I,
This series?
Hold
Herbert
on.
S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Okay, that's a premise. Did you find it strange that it does not? There's no time limit. The way it was worded, I thought for sure it was going to be, if he hasn't discovered it within 100 days or something.
Yeah.
But they just kept not saying that clause.
So two things.
Yeah.
First of all, it's very extra that he recorded that on vinyl.
Yeah.
Secondly,
And then
what
played
this
it
gives
back on a
me?
phonograph.
Yeah. You know what this gives me is Westing game vibes immediately.
Oh, okay. I read the Westing game. I read the Westing game in elementary school. You might have to refresh me a little bit.
So did I. Well, just there's a will and the
And away, one
um
assumes.
there's an estate left to whoever can solve a puzzle. Just that little bit of a premise from
Okay.
a book I remember enjoying when I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
That might not be.
Yeah, I found that I have a wide variety of opinions about the things I was into when I was 9. So we have, okay, some paintings. Let's see here. Open only in the event of my death. Well, it would be helpful if the identifier of my was left on the envelope, but fine.
I have a question for you.
All right, okay. Cool, we're not going anywhere. We're not trying to do anything here, so go ahead.
Can you do this in a Randy Savage voice?
But we heard the guy's voice already. Also, this is 3 pages. No, I cannot do 3 pages in a Randy Savage voice. You try to kill me? Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. Overnight, underlined. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice: do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads, abandon the path, and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. Okay, they're trying to make this, make sense diegetically, and I am very curious what the mechanism of this change will be.
Yeah.
All right, you can access the Mount Holly Blueprint menu by pressing Tab. Okay. There's a call it a day button here. We have a step limit. Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 step. You have no longer have any steps left. You must call it a day. So I did notice that it was not decreasing as I was walking around.
Yeah.
Past the steps and beyond the grand doors, admission to Mount Holly is granted by way of a dark and garish lobby suitably called the Entrance Hall. From here, each guest's adventure begins. However, the 3 doors that proceed onward do not always lead to the same adjoining rooms. Permanent blueprint. And then there's an antechamber. This mysterious sealed room, resting on the 9th rank, may prove, however, quite an initial challenge to even reach, let alone enter. Still, you can't help but draw a connection between this chamber and room 46. Interesting. Okay, that's a thing we've seen already because we're very good investigators. And I guess there's nothing left to do but open a door. So, select a room to draft. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 steps, a closet which will contain 2 items, or a hallway that's got some more doors on it. I guess I'm curious what is meant by items. It's a small die. While drafting, you may use the die to roll new floor plans. Okay, I mean that makes sense. And a pair of running shoes. Occasionally save steps when traveling longer distances across the estate and grounds. And it said 2 items, so I'm not expecting to find anything else. Weird picture of a clothespin. Can I crouch? No, we do not have. No standard crouch or jump. I'm gonna.
Is there a standard crouch button for computer games?
Yeah, first-person games broadly. Broadly, control is crouch. Some games use C, which is a thing that's cropped up in more recently, but control is sort of the canonical. In the same way that space is jump and shift is run.
Okay.
Parlor has a puzzle piece. That's very interesting. The corridor is always left unlocked. or a bedroom. Puzzle piece, yeah?
Yeah.
Would think that would make sense. Although I guess I've done sort of a strange thing here where I've not. Maybe this is a room that belongs in a corner, but whatever. Picture of the old man. A wind-up key. A component of the parlor game. That's weird. I thought I saw... Huh. I thought I saw a cursor change when I moused. It might have just been flower or something. May the 2nd. Herbert, dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back, involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of the game when I found time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests, should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, Monsieur Laurie. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements, always at least one box which displays only false statements, only one box has a prize within, the other 2 are always empty. Okay. So the boxes are here. This is one of those little like wooden fit-together puzzles. So this statement appears on another box. The blue box is empty. This statement appears on another box. So one box is false, one box is true, and the other box is
Could be
whatever.
always at least one box.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so this is the false box then.
Yes.
These are both true statements, and that means that the blue, there's something in the blue box. And that something is sapphires?
Cool.
Okay. I mean, I'm jazzed to have some sapphires. I'm not allowed to leave with them, unfortunately. Gems can be used while drafting to pay for special floor plans. There's also keys and gold coins, which are used in shop rooms. Okay. A storeroom that will definitely contain these things. I kind of want to take the hallway because we're not on we're not in the leftmost rank yet. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. Interesting. I'm going to take a lot of Steam screenshots of paintings and shit. I didn't grab one of the paintings in the entrance hall, but you can kind of tell what they are from the tile, so I'm not so concerned. Also, it's always going to be there, right? We can always get them. So in the west wing, they probably just mean like west of the center line? Would be my guess. Which means probably we don't want to go that way right now. But if I don't go I don't want to have to double back. Right? The lavatory, the nook, or the den. I do like the den because the den gives us a way to get into that corner. I don't like. Maybe I'm too upset about. Maybe I'm too like focused on trying to fill the space in. We probably don't want to take moves that require us to double back, but like.
Yeah.
But like, I want to make good use of the space, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put down the 10. Plus, It's got a gem on it. Do we need those? Are they actually good? Who knows?
Well, that's neat.
Huh. Gonna end up with 1,500 screenshots and no ability to search through them in any meaningful way, and so they'll be useless.
I mean, in my line, we call that research. That's just clip everything.
Yeah, I suppose. It's a large pawn. Well, the clocks all line up at least. Those clocks say V on them. The clocks pretty much line up. So, storeroom versus guest bedroom, I think, is what we're looking at here. We could pick up for money, but I don't know, whatever. Guest bedroom's a bunch of steps. Storeroom is our first key. The fact that we don't yet have a key feels like it could be limiting. And I don't realistically know how many steps we're going to need. So I am inclined
we're not gonna. I mean, we're not gonna beat this on the first run.
Maybe
on day one.
With that attitude.
I've seen you play games before, sweetheart.
Fucking excuse me?
You like to explore the space. I have not seen you win a roguelite on the first run. And that's okay. That's part of the joy of it. I'm not being mean. I'm sorry.
What a curious... I wonder if there's a pawn in every room? Pawns of various sizes? No, I was... The joke, that reaction was mostly, comedy.
Can you go to the blueprint screen?
What's up?
Okay, so we have at least a pawn in the storeroom and the den.
Yes.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. Okay. I was just trying to see, is there like a chessboard thing going on? But there's not. Like, that's not the right grid for a chessboard. That's filthy. That painting is filthy.
Amabel?
Yeah.
I don't know what you think you're seeing. I'm pretty sure what I...
A labia.
Okay. Labia? Where I come from,
house.
Where I come from, that's
house.
Okay. I was gonna say where I come from. That's not how we pronounce that because that is not the meaning of the word lobbyist.
There was a funny joke that I did.
Sure. Spread gems into each green room. Well, we don't have any other green rooms right now, so I guess a West Wing Hall?
Okay.
Maintains the doors. Staff notice, June 15th, 1983. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Okay, so the thing that we're doing is, okay. All right, I mean, I like this as an approach, I think.
Yeah.
Just make the game mechanics the world. Do we particularly care? Direction-wise here, I mean, they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Commissary has items for sale, but we don't have any money. So I kind of feel like it's maybe just a corridor.
Yeah, let's do corridor.
Just keep looking. Well, we're certainly not finding pawns in every room. Doesn't seem like there's anything of interest in here at all, in fact.
Well, it's always unlocked.
So the paintings in the hall, the two paintings on the right wall of the entryway, were of an ace and a king, I believe.
Okay.
So that's interesting. The garage has a variety of keys in it. The drawing room allows you to draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. And also it has lots of doorways on it. And I think we're still in a place where lots of doorways feels like a significant
better thing.
to me.
Yeah.
Cost a gem, that's fine. We stockpiled them for exactly this reason. This is the gentleman with umbrellas room. Mostly.
Ah, yes.
Or is it just this wall? Yeah, it's pretty much... Well, no, I mean, there's a lot of them on that wall, too.
It's a classic room, though.
This is where I keep all my fine drawings of gentlemen with umbrellas. A normal thing for a rich person to have many of.
Well, that clock is different.
Is it? Are you sure? Are you sure that's just not just the time that has passed?
Oh, it could be the time that's passed, yeah.
I'm not moving particularly quickly here.
Yeah, I suppose if we, on a future runner manage to place this next to the clock room, we'll know for sure.
Don't really know what to make of the drawings. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans from which you must select one. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options. Yeah. Okay. So you do not get an identification on the tile or anything. You just discover once you're in the room that doors are locked.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm going to hold off on using our key for the moment. No, I'm not. Well, I'm inclined to use it this way then. I like that it goes into the UI rather than into the door. Okay, we're kind of dead ending here, and I still think that the commissary is not reasonable. There's no way 1 coin is enough to do anything interesting.
If you want to do the bedroom, you want to do the redraw.
I do kind of want to just redraw, I guess. Okay.
Hey,
we're seeing a lot of we're starting to see a lot of repeated rooms. It does not look like
anything
I'm allowed to paint.
If I know anything from roguelites, we get the new you get the new set of rooms, once you have beaten the first couple bosses. So this door's ass.
We have to get to the end of this hallway so that we can unlock Mom. We do have one more reroll. Right now we're 1 room away from the actual wall. That does make me want to extend further. Whenever you enter the chapel, lose 1 coin. It has a red outline. Is that just because it has a negative effect, or are red rooms special in some way? I am very curious.
I mean, that's where you get Black Widows.
I don't want that. Who would
Don't
want
this
such a thing?
either.
Okay. Stained glass images of a farmer and a chef? And a maid? And a different farmer. This one hoes the ground, and the other one, I guess that's more of like a livestock farmer with the bales of hay. And an equestrian and like a chimney sweep? These are very strange.
Yeah.
These are take pictures of me strange. And there's that leaf.
Okay. I feel you really have to be a rich person to have a flippin' chapel in your house.
A bishop.
Well, that's cute.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't really think about it until you said that.
West Wing is more likely to be locked, so.
This is my impressive full speed run. So we haven't tried this door. We don't know if this one's locked. It's not. Okay, the observatory. +1 star for each time you've drafted observatory. I don't know what star means. That's going to put the exit door down toward the hallway, which is a little awkward. But
what will that? Yeah, let's find out what that does.
I mean, it's kind of the case with any of these rooms.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's just gonna be boarded up. Okay.
Just not allowed.
I was hoping for a secret passageway. Like this house has to have secret passageways, right?
One would assume. But you probably have to place them. Okay, so we can spin the globes. The Fixed Stars, The Stargazer's Companion to Constellations by Richard Witt, Fen Aries Bird and Sons Publishing, 1809. This book contains a complete starbase, a list of constellations and the observed effects that accompany the appearance of each. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one on a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations, impress your friends, and discover the joy of stargazing. So, a North Star gives +1 gold. The Twins puts 2 trunks into the entrance hall. The Slice gives +3 steps. Interesting. Draxus, the Dead, Diamondus Major. Green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers today. Now that's curious. So because we have drafted this room once ever, there's 1 star.
That book reminded me slightly. I know it has an 1800s date on it, but it reminds me of the H.A. Ray book, The Stars, but just the presentation of the constellations there. So getting big children's book vibes. Ah, okay.
And I guess that's probably good. Yeah. Gain a coin. We got our coin back. Okay, well, interesting, I suppose. There's a clock underneath the world here? That's pretty strange.
You're pretty. Strange. Also pretty.
Thank you, sweetie.
Take that. Take that.
You sure showed me. The passageway is the only room that won't completely close the house off. Well, I guess if we took the nook, it would close this path off, but we would get a key and we could open one of the other doors.
Yeah.
Actually, did I try... Yes, I did try opening all the doors from the drawing room. Never mind. Well, I'm inclined... We can afford the passageway. Let's just go ahead and play it. Interesting architecture. Huh.
Yeah, that's... Huh.
So this is the entryway. The bunk room is 2 bedrooms. We could finally get some money so that we could do one of those shop floors.
Okay.
Oh, neat.
That's interesting.
Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Huh. Is that like the total amount of fruit that is spread throughout the house, perhaps? This cupboard is so obviously It's so obviously just drawn onto the wall. It's a charming graphical style, but it is a little silly. Well, whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5 steps. We don't have the ability for such a thing anymore. If we took the boudoir, we'd be creating a kind of a weird situation with the passageway. I guess that's true of any of these. Yeah, all
Yeah.
right. Some lady's shoes. Definitely taking a screenshot of that immediately.
Mm-hmm.
A safe, a wrapped up safe, is definitely a curious thing. An unusual present, to be sure.
Music box?
Can't interact
No.
with them. Ah, the safe. It was worth a shot.
Yeah, I suppose so. Um,
Also not interactable, it turns out. The inventory of all rooms currently in the house is kind of interesting. So we have to create a dead end here. Because we can't play the security room. So, do we want 10 steps or do we want... The lavatory is another red room. Maybe there's something significant going on in it?
Yeah, and I need
We
to go to
still,
the
we
bathroom.
still
so let's
have a
just do
lot
it.
of steps left. You
Do they
cannot
have a
go to the-
bidet?
Okay. Can
We
I go
want
to
to
the
have a
bathroom
bidet.
during
Because
the
what kind of
recording?
rich people?
What are we all just gonna
I-
look away?
Not even an attachment.
No bidet.
Can you can't flush the toilet?
Cannot interact with the toilet.
What kind of video game is this?
Where do you think we are, Duke Nukem?
They're suggesting that we light a candle, because light a match because of farts.
Because of farts.
Let's just say my farts.
Wow, you're really amused by that.
Someone has to be. It's not going to be you.
For some reason. We can combine inventory to create new items. In the utility closet, we could access the breaker. Putting a utility closet here would be bad for the run, I feel like. Especially since I don't think we have anything that, where turning the breaker on or off is going to do anything.
Yeah, I think the workshop's going to be the only thing that's going to...
Yeah, the workshop causes the house not to close, so I guess let's do that. Okay, it's a lot being done here. Some kind of broken lever could prove to be useful, I guess. Stones cut by hand and letters wrought to spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is often lost among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read, the letter is not. The word message is bolded.
Among the bold words spoken soft.
The note is read, the letter is not. So, note obviously draws your attention to the music. The note is read, the letter is not. It would be hard to draw a particular letter out of the music in that measure at the very least, because there are several.
What does it mean?
Also worth
with
noting
the...
that there's an 8 at the top.
Yeah, what does that mean with the 3 notes? So on the bottom bunk of the measure with the
Okay.
over the message, there's 3 notes on top of each other.
Yeah.
And they're hollow.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Okay, well the note not filled in is an indicator of length. That's a different.
Okay.
That's a different length. The dot following a note increases the length of the note by half. So that's those are half notes increased by half again. So that's this is 3 of the 4 beats in the measure, and then this is the 4th beat. And you can see these
Okay.
notes that have a little that have the connected staff are each halves.
Now I have another question for you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to focus on this music, but why is there a top and a bottom bunk?
Well, it's just 2 different. So
Instruments?
this is treble and this is bass. This might be so I don't know how to play the piano, and I've never read a piece of
Okay.
piano music. This could be piano, like the one hand and the other hand. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know if that's how they do things with pianos. But if not, then this is probably like just 2 pieces of 2 instruments being written on the same page.
Okay.
I don't know how I don't know how pianists roll.
Let's just say my pianist.
Yes, okay. To create new items, we have running shoes and a broken lever. That's it. There's probably not a lot of value in running shoes plus broken lever. Somewhere there's another half of a lever, right? The true box does not always contain the prize. Right. Well, that's obviously. I suppose that we might have gotten lucky with our box statements, where they basically just said, "Hey, this one has stuff in it." It might not always be that easy. A package will be delivered here the day after drafting this room. I wonder if here means the mail room or if here means that spot on the house grid.
That's a good question.
I guess let's find out, because the bunk room.
Wait. So where are we on the map?
Here.
Okay.
Why does that matter?
Well, just that is gonna end our run, right?
Yeah. Yeah, unless there turns out to be a key in one of these rooms that's not being announced. But I'm not expecting to be the case.
All right, because we don't have the gem for the security. Right. Okay.
Right,
Gotcha.
yeah, and we
Okay.
would need keys to get out of the drawing room or chapel doors. Order placed. It probably means the mailroom, right? Not this.
Yeah,
not this
that's
location.
where the mail would.
That's interesting. We found an electronic key card. And please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Denny Ravain to sender, as he is no longer employed with our staff. There is something written in the red here.
Yeah.
I can't quite. Hold on. It's a little too hard to make out. I'm gonna blow it up in the screenshot.
Okay.
Utility room fuse box. More detailed instructions will be sent by electronic mail to the address client has provided. But press any button above to activate blue. Press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple. 5 purple indicators are needed to activate the 6th. And presumably you want them all to be purple? Would seem to be the thing that is being suggested. Okay, that's not interactable. That's a compass. Seems like the sort of thing that you might want to pick up, but our character sure doesn't. Simon P. Jones, addressed from Dad. Can't open it. Not my mail. It'd be a federal crime. In front of all these people.
I thought our character was Simon
Amabel.
P. Jones.
Obviously, that was a test.
Can this one be Randy Savage?
Hey, buddy. I don't know if that's Randy Savage. I don't think that's quite right. Here's the problem. I don't have a Slim Jim to snap into, and so it's going to be hard for me to get into character.
Okay.
Plus, I'm not even
So
wearing the jacket with the fringe. How's it going up there? I'm not going to do it. How's it going up there in that big house? I think most people would be pretty scared being alone for this length of time, but I have a feeling you're doing just fine. I imagine you happy as a clam, perfectly content on the estate with the exploration and opportunities for adventure that present themselves each day. As I'm writing this, you're currently in the garage packing the tent. I wanted to try to post this letter before we depart tomorrow so that it has a chance to arrive during your first few days on the estate, but with all the preparations, I'm not sure I'm going to find the time. There's so much I want to say, and I'm sure I'll forget to tell you Friday night. Sometimes it's easier for me to just jot this stuff down. You're yelling at me right now to come bring you a pillowcase. Hold on, I'll be right back. I can tell you're really excited, but I think you might feel a little guilty about being so happy the day after the funeral. Believe me, I know how long Uncle Herbert worked on setting this up for you, and I know from our conversations just how much happiness this final project brought him. So do both of us a favor and be excited.
Okay.
The house really is amazing. I know it's been almost 7 years since we were last up there, and I'm really curious to hear just how much you remember from those summer trips. You've always been smarter than me at this kind of thing, so I'm not sure how much guidance or inspiration I can offer before your trip that will actually be useful to you. Despite my best intentions, I'm sure that on Friday I'll end up leaving you with a few of my overused cliche expressions when we say farewell. Later, alligator, Dad. P.S. Get some sleep each night and don't spend all your time each day playing dirigiblocks. Yo, dirigiblocks sounds sick.
Yeah. No,
How do I get dirigiblocks on my phone?
Oh, I assumed it was like a constructor set.
That seems the only reason I didn't go to that is that it seems physically somewhat infeasible. Okay, so you've seen a lot of paintings. Let me I think I've interacted with all the things in this room that are interactable. Let me tab out real quick and grab that screenshot and see if I can tell what's in the red text.
Okay.
I do think that would be worth trying to dig
Figuring
into
out.
here.
Yeah. Happy to look at that with you if you want.
Oh, I'm sure you would be. I'm sure that would be
What's that on the
really
floor?
exciting for you.
Just a piece of paper.
Making me click back in. This? It's just another one of these.
Yeah, just okay.
They're all over
Sorry.
the place.
Yeah, I see that now.
All right. Stop slowing me down.
I'm sorry.
You should be. Open with thing. Okay. So yeah, what are you thinking about this so far? I mean, obviously we've not done a huge amount here. We have completed this run of the house, unless I somehow discover a way to get a key in a second here.
Yeah.
And I guess the thing we're gonna do is just leave.
Yeah.
We haven't
see
seen
if
anything.
combine-
We haven't seen anything where a key card would be useful, right?
No,
I
but maybe we
believe
could
so.
combine a key card with running shoes or a broken lever.
That feels somewhat unlikely to me, but you know what? I guess let's see. Nope, remarkably not a thing. No, also not a thing.
All right.
So yeah,
well,
this is kind of what I thought. You see, like, even though we backtracked, and I don't know if you noticed, but in the passageway, I crossed the threshold into the entrance hall and turned around immediately and burned steps that way. Even with all that, we got nowhere near our step limit. I didn't think it was going to be a realistic problem.
the running shoes probably helped a little bit with that too, but
Probably not.
okay.
Take that. I don't think they triggered. I don't think we did anything that would cause them to trigger. Okay, so it's a little hard to read. I've blown it up. And it doesn't have quite the resolution that you would like for actual reading. It gets pretty messy. It definitely ends with the word male. Let me step back over there.
Okay.
So this is the word male for sure.
Do you think that's stamped?
I'm going to what?
Do you think that that text, rather than being written, is stamped,
I. How would
like
you be
a
able to?
rubber stamp?
How would you be able to tell, and what would be the difference? Well, why would that?
Well, how you be able to tell would be just
If you found it
the
again,
looking
stamped
at the
somewhere else.
regularity of the fonts, see if there's any kind of smudging,
Sweetie,
if there's any that's visible, and then
the fonts are regular
pardon?
because it's a fucking font. Welcome to video games.
If it's a rubber stamp, there might be a rubber stamp somewhere in the house that would have the text that's there. Is
So
what I'm
you're
saying.
saying there's a stamp somewhere in the house that has a tiny sentence on it that ends with mail question mark. It seems a little unlikely.
Well,
Did the something telephone? This right here might be telephone. This looks like phone to me.
Okay. Yeah, it's so small for me, I can't really tell. I just saw it was kind of
Yeah, I don't think I
different.
don't think I can read anything out of it. I don't think I can read enough out of it.
Okay.
With
I
just
may
by
be
bringing
grasping
it
at
up.
straws there. I know
You
it has a
definitely are.
regular font 'cause
We
it's a
haven't
video
done
game.
anything yet. Like the game has hardly started. So I think
Yeah.
calm the hell down, Amabel.
I just want to be useful and solve a puzzle.
Okay, we haven't even received puzzles yet. Like, hold on. I get what you're saying, but this was not lit before.
Yes,
Right?
it was.
What was
No, it
the
absolutely was.
was there a chimney in a different room that I was looking at? Because there was an unlit chimney in one of these rooms.
Well, maybe.
Oh
I
yeah, the
remember
drawing
there being
room.
a
The
lit
drawing
chimney.
room had one.
Okay.
Okay. Well then, never mind. See, this is the thing. My memory is garbage, and I will absolutely combine two events in that way. So this is a
I
thing you
mean,
can certainly be helpful for.
is the drawing room chimney lit?
Probably. I'm just gonna
Can we?
let's maybe actually get into the game here, shall we?
Okay. Yeah.
So when we step outside, what happens? See the running shoes triggered there. Because this is a large outdoor room. We can make a wish. Nothing has occurred. If I walk away and come back, no, we cannot make further wishes. If I go out here, can't make wishes there either. I'm a little surprised to see that this space is included. Okay, a screwdriver might be helpful. I kind of thought we were confined to the house. The game occurs over a larger portion of the grounds than I had imagined. Okay. I was curious if that side path was leading anywhere. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you're not allowed to stay in the estate overnight, but we can fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. We call it a day anytime. Oh no, I know. Oh, I know. I was just trying to look at my campsite. Okay, I can't examine the individual items. It is interesting that we're allowed to explore so much out here.
Yeah.
Also interesting. Not allowed.
04251. I don't know the number.
I think we pretty much show that that's not going on here, because
But
traditionally,
what if this is the aversive sim part of the game?
Okay. Traditionally, it's on a door actually, so I guess this would be a more appropriate use of it. Okay, can't interact with any of that. Well, I guess it's time to call it a day.
Okay.
Tomorrow you will awake to find the rooms of the estate as well as your current inventory have been reset. Yeah. As long as you're in the first cycle of a roguelite, you are not really playing. All right. Mount Holly, west-facing cottage, west wing favored. Total rooms 19, rank reach 7. Okay. I wonder if they just is it just that they think Holly's like pleasant? Everything is it's called Mount Holly and there's Holly on the thing because they just think that's a nice name.
I mean, Holly's a nice enough name.
Let's do one more day. I know it's a little.
Okay.
It's gonna make the episode a little bit long, but like I said, we're hardly even playing the game yet. I wonder if having made a wish on day 1 is going to have any like obvious effect on day 2. Adorable birds. Don't remember whether those were there.
Those are the same card? That's an ace
they?
and a queen.
Ace and a queen. We can certainly check the footage afterward to find out if those are the same. Is this the same? This is the same.
Okay.
Well, all right. You have any particular feelings on where we start today?
Let's just go straight up north. Or, yeah.
Okay. Pantry, corridor, den.
Have we done a den yet?
Yeah. The
Okay,
room with
well,
the
I
lit
don't know.
fireplace.
Right.
Okay, you're very decisive.
Pantry.
Let's get some coins.
I'm so... Banana! Okay.
Amabel has a little bit of minion blood. You have to excuse her.
A little bit of what?
Minion blood? You're a quarter minion on your mom's side. Hey, our package.
That is the meanest thing you've ever said to me.
Is it okay to dead end here? I want the package, right?
Yeah.
Is the stuff written on these any different? Oh, okay. The magnifying glass is a separate item that we could pick up. The pen isn't. But obviously, the magnifying glass will be hugely beneficial here. Did they ever prove, not phone, did they ever prove he was the one that stole the Baron's mail? Denny Ravane. Mail thief. Possibly.
I mean, yeah, Denny is usually a man's name. He would be a male.
Okay, all right, I get it.
Reward, please.
That was your reward, me saying I get it. There's a number on that mail bag, and I have taken a picture of it. I'll add it to my huge number of photographs. These are different. These images were in the house already, but these were not here, and these were elsewhere. What was here was not these, and also these were elsewhere. The Cinca Company. Packed by K. Thompson, a sleeping mask, a coupon book, and 2 gems. Interesting. No claims for shortage will be allowed unless this packing slip is returned to us within 8 business days. Well, save 1 coin on each purchase you make in the estate. Some gems, gotta love a gem. And a sleeping mask. First time you enter each bedroom, gain 5 steps. Okay, once again, I am not even a little bit worried about running out of steps. I'm assuming that is a sort of a later game concern.
Yeah. I'm upset that you can't pick up the tape dispenser.
Just start taping things in the the house together.
All right. Do you want to favor west again?
I'm going to favor this way because of the way we built the map. I wanted to see if we could get around the mailroom. And so this kind of incentivizes us to go corridor.
Okay.
again, attempting to use our building space as efficiently as possible. So, okay, there's a bunch of paintings, a bunch of different arts that just get swapped into the picture frames at random, it seems like. The parlor and the bedroom both allow us to go around the corner here. I guess let's hit the parlor because
We can do that game again.
we can play. Yeah, we can play the little game again. Not a lot else going on in here. This box is black. The gems are in a true box. This box is blue. So this is a false statement, which means that this is the gem box. Okay, so it's 2 gems. The parlor box thing seems to be 2 gems each day.
Okay.
We could dead end this here, and then just build out from the entrance hall. Obviously, like the more dead ends we create, the more likely we are to just draw 3 dead ends and the run.
Yeah.
But the spare room isn't actually solving that problem. It's just kicking it down the hallway a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So
Let's get some items from the closet.
Yeah, let's get some items. Because as it is, we're in like real bad shape if we draw a key, a locked room. So I would love to. Unfortunately, the key is not going to tell us, or the room display is not going to tell us if a room contains a locked door. So die does not allow us to alleviate the key pressure at all. But I guess let's get out of the West Wing then.
But was the die the only item that was in there?
There's a die and a gem.
Okay. I guess a gem. Yeah, a gem's an item, I guess.
Den beats hallway.
Yeah.
It does seem like on any day where you like just going into rooms you've seen before without any particular thing in mind to do in them, you're going to move a lot faster than we did that first day.
Yeah.
So the Nook guarantees us a key. And this is the corner of the building on this side, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about the breaker box, but again, we haven't seen anything that would need to be powered that isn't currently powered. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool if you will not regret having beside you on your journey.
Why is beside?
Indeed. Just take some notes real quick here. The antechamber appears to be sealed by all 4 sides, but there must be a way to open it. Since it has many more secrets, something that will take to his grave, maybe? That he will take to his grave?
Herbert? His name's Herbert, right?
Yeah. Okay. Don't really know what to do about the word beside there. Dog tag with the number 10 on it? Or probably not a dog tag, probably like a luggage tag or something. The key. Which is lovely.
Was that a rook?
It is a rook.
A rook and a nook.
True story. You're on top of it. You're noticing the things. Okay, so here, like, resetting the breaker would theoretically allow us to turn on what is, I assume, a real big radio.
Yeah.
So if we find the breaker room at this point, it seems a little bit more interesting. The chapel has a lot of doors. But we already have a way into this space, so I guess that door's not necessarily, the left door is not necessarily super useful. The bedroom's just steps, though. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think the chapel really gains us much there. This is locked this time, maybe? No, they're always closed. What am I talking about? They're always closed. Okay, a courtyard leads to a room of a color of your choice. Look at that, Amabel, secret passages. But I kind of want to hit the utility closet now that there is an electronical thing. And we kind of know how it works, sort of. Okay. Oh, interesting. Well, turn off the keycard entry systems. We certainly don't have a keycard. I would love to turn on power to these rooms. The gymnasium, the dark room, and the garage all have power needs. Huh. Well, that doesn't... Okay, so that allowed me to make a blue. Why was that one able to be blue?
So green and red make purple.
No, blue and red make purple.
Blue and red make purple. And
But
blue
most of the lights are not capable of turning... Okay. So I don't know how I got that first blue one to come on, but now we have this, like, lights out thing happening. And that'll mean I can make all these purples, and then that... and there was sort of a... okay, well, I don't know what I'm doing now.
Can you read that note at all, the danger note?
Toggling of breaker switches may result in unexpected loss of floor plan functionality. Please call DC Power if you require assistance.
Okay.
Hold on, I fucked everything up here because I mean, obviously, like, doing something. Wait, I want to do... This is blue, this is red. Click that. Turn this red and click that. Turn this red and click that. Turn this red and click that. Red and click that. Okay. So we can make them all purple. We were shown how to make them all purple. We were not told what this would do. Or if it would be useful.
Yeah.
And now that they're purple, one of them can be hit to turn it white, maybe, or maybe just this one. But again, we don't know what importance that might have. So for the moment, I'm just going to leave it alone.
Yeah.
Perhaps a meaning will present itself. And let us go this way. Well, passageway means not a dead end. Although the passageway itself is only really going straight, because... commissary where we can buy items is interesting. We have some coins. Two days only. Annual Maid's Day sale. Day 20 and 21. Weird that things are numbered this way in this place. Okay, so we can buy gems, salt shakers, shovels, and keys, and this is how much they cost. I guess we'll come back, maybe. With clock, without lock. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live-out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. Two of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be, as always, directed to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. Terminal password... Swan Song is what that says.
Okay.
Take a picture of that because I'll forget it. Sort of curious.
Yeah.
This weird, like, wallpaper pattern on this paper is also curious. So with grandfather clock, without big ridiculous lock. Dirigible blocks. It's more of an arcade game, I guess. But there's probably a version of it for the phone. The security room, I think, is an interesting pull now, and it does not dead end us, and we do have the gem for it. Oh.
Oh shit, that's where the boss comes in.
Big dragon swoops down. Boy, this sure is unfolding slowly.
Yeah. I'm not really... I don't know why people do cutscenes sometimes. Because, like, I'm not getting an emotional resonance from this.
Yeah. This is just
giving me
kind of
information.
it's doing nothing, but it's doing it really slowly.
There's nothing aesthetically, like, because when I've seen games with a lot of cutscenes, I'm like, why don't they just go to the scene? Get to the game, and, like,
Poke
this is
own
why
butt.
I say that sometimes. He did touch his own butt. That's pretty good.
It's like, that's America's ass. Blue memos are true. Red memos are lies unless written by hand. Okay. Interesting, I suppose. You can hear this reel-to-reel machine working, even though it is very obviously made of cardboard. Some real Dave made a maze type shit going on here.
I was gonna say after last season, but sure.
That cup is just filled with scribbles. Welcome to Mount Holly Security. Let's view the estate inventory. Items currently in the house that have yet to be collected. Nothing. Goddamn right. Keycard system. Security doors are doors within the estate that can only be unlocked with an electronic keycard. The keycard system is currently offline. Pretty sick. Let's log into the network with the terminal password Oh. Probably case sensitive. It looked like it was all caps. We're doing it, Amabel. We're hacking the Gibson or whatever.
All right, this takes place in the 90s, like 93.
Staff services. I've already forgotten the date. I also remembered 90s. I would have said it was more like 97, but honestly, there's no reason to believe that. You're more likely to be right. All right. Punch in or out. Service has been temporarily disabled as of November 4th. All work has been suspended at Mount Holly, and all domestic staff placed on an extended paid leave in accordance with the instructions left by the old man himself. See Mrs. Babbage for more detail. Saturday, November 7th. I don't think anyone else has access to this network this month except you, Simon. So if you're reading this, just know we're all rooting for you. Your friends in faithful service. Well, isn't that nice they took the time? Request a schedule change. Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. Special orders? If you would like to get a specific brand of gum or your favorite fruit, the commissary is now taking special orders for all members of the staff. Special orders can take 1 to 3 days. I would love a special order of a sledgehammer. Approve order. That's cool. Hopefully we can find the commissary. Remote terminal access. It is possible to connect to other active terminals elsewhere using RTA, but we haven't found any rooms. Yeah, office, laboratory, and shelter have such terminals. Okay. Electronic mail. Currently, this feature can only be accessed via the terminal located in the office. Fair enough. Data transfers? Not currently available. Aha, the rules. You just have to find an in-game room to get the rules text of things. Rooms are considered adjoined if they connect via a doorway. A bedroom, typically used for resting and regaining steps, identifiable by the violet border. Call it a day. Okay, here we go. Red for red rooms. Well, okay, I guess I don't know what I expected. Orange for hallways, green for green rooms, yellow for shops, red for red rooms.
Red room, do not eat.
Workshop is a useful room in which you can experiment trying out different combinations of inventory items and attempt to create a new and unique contraption. Dead end is a room lacking a second doorway. If a room ever has additional doorways, it is not considered a dead end, even if those doorways are blocked. Directory contains detailed information for all the rooms on the estate that you have drafted. You may access it from the system menu or by pressing R. In the commissary, players may find an arcade cabinet for the popular game Dirigiblocks. To the dismay of board members of the staff, the cabinet has not been in working order for the last several years. Although the game is not currently accessible, it is scheduled to be added in a future patch. Well, that's disappointing. How did you ship without Dirigiblocks? What were you thinking? Okay, action of selecting a floor plan. Yep. The draft pool is the total collection of currently available floor plans, from which 3 are drawn at the beginning of each draft. Okay. The East Wing. The rooms of the house are 9 rooms that border the very right edge of the house. Certain rooms have an effect that is only triggered upon... Okay, so when they say wing, they mean just the one column.
Mm-hmm.
Certain rooms have an effect that is only triggered upon physically entering the room. These rooms are marked on their floor plan by an icon of an open door. Estate refers to the explorable areas of Mount Holly as well as the grounds. The house is only referring to the house. When your steps reach 0, you are exhausted. The life of every room begins as a floor plan, a square paper sketch drawn by an architect from a pool of potential ideas, the draft pool. Okay, gems used for that. The glossary of terms, a feature on the network that you are now perusing. A list of words and architectural jargon that is intended to make simple the terms you will encounter on the estate. Honestly, who even knows how commas work? What a mystery. They're so difficult to use. How could you possibly think that was... What did they think they were doing? All right, it's fine. It's fine.
I did notice in one of the letters there was a missing period, but I didn't know if that was a clue or...
Or if somebody is diegetically really bad at punctuation. Floor plans that have a green border are known as green rooms, associated with outdoor areas and gardens, naturally synergistic with one another. The grounds is the outside surrounding area. Hallways are orange, and they branch. The house refers to the 45 floor plan grid of Mount Holly. As an architect, you may wish to view the previous layouts and room configurations from days past from the system menu. Yeah, there's a lot of definition of terms that's not particularly interesting here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Special keys. These doors appear with more frequency the higher up in rank you are in the house. That's interesting. What is the meaning of rank?
Well, we got up to 7 on the last one, and we had rank 7, so I'm assuming it's
okay. Yeah, each row of
like
rooms makes up a rank as you progress north. Okay. Good looking out, though. Among the staff, whispers of a 10th rank can often be overheard. This is a weird place to be staff.
Yeah.
Mechanical rooms have a symbol of a gear. Each terminal on the estate is connected to a local network named Blackbridge. This network allows users to remotely connect to other active terminals. A few things are permanent. How often a floor plan is drawn from the drafting pool is determined by its rarity. That's interesting. Some rooms and items allow you to redraw. Rooms of Red offer powerful expansion options but come at a dangerous cost. Okay, permanent changes don't reset. Security locked. Electric powered doors of reinforced steel that can only be accessed via keycard. These doors appear with more frequency the higher up in rank you are. Okay. Special floor plans are slightly more rare and cost gems to draft. They offer more unique, complex, and exciting effects. I guess. When a spread occurs, items are randomly distributed across all rooms currently active on the estate. Stars, we kind of got the idea here. Tomorrow. Rooms that provide benefits in the future belong to a special category of floor plan, tomorrow rooms. All right, the trunk and the west wing. Okay, so we have rules text. I think that's all that we need here. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear higher ranks. Redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will be more likely to be locked.
Okay, and then the red one is not true.
The antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Got them. They got us. Tricky fellows. Well, I guess let's get another star. And then... Oh, that's already looking out, actually. A pair of chests has been added to the entrance hall.
Yeah, that visual style is...
willing to take the step hit here.
The visual style, even if it's unintentional, is very reminiscent of the H.A. Ray book. And I remember that from my childhood very much, so...
This trunk is locked. Do we want to use a key on the trunk? I mean, I guess I want to see what kinds of things they've brought us. Okay. Well, that was that was pure value, that one. Okay, that's enough money to buy interesting stuff at the commissary. And I guess we're headed through there anyway, so... Commissary will be closed from 12 to 16 is false. It's on red, right?
Yeah.
I would like a shovel, I feel like.
Yeah.
That seems like a thing that might have a use. Looks like it could be useful for digging. Thanks. We're just totally owning all of the security monitors. Doesn't seem like there's anything interesting going on there. That's not new information. I guess we're... Oh. So, the hallway doesn't dead-end us, but this is all kind of boring. I'm just gonna throw our reroll. Food for sale, although the kitchen does dead-end us, right? Oh no, okay, that is technically still a space you could move out of. It's going to be a little weird. Whereas the chapel would allow us to go north, which I am more interested in. Okay. Again, the drawing room doesn't box us in here. So this is the same. And the prevalence of the man in the umbrella is still the same. What a weird thing.
Yeah.
All right, final key already. Each day, a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. The rumpus room has a huge amount of money in it, but we don't have a gem. We could redraw floor plans, but I kind of like the bedroom here, because the bedroom will take us, as we're standing, it'll take us north.
Okay.
Paper cranes, another one of those wooden puzzles.
Pawn again.
A hat, but a different kind of hat than we were seeing in that other room. Greetings from Reddington.
The visual style is very charming in this game.
Yeah, I agree. I like the tiger. Look at that. Some kind of moon necklace.
She's a moon woman.
The vacant stare of a space alien, no doubt. We solved it. We cracked it. It was aliens.
Aliens.
Okay, that's locked and we do not have a key for it. We can still cross the drawing room and try to go out this way. The West Wing Hall is most sensible, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, I was very worried that was going to be locked. But we hit the dead end here. Unless am I allowed to back up? Well, we have a redraw. Let's take the redraw. Okay. We have properly hit a dead end unless once stuff's been drawn you must select. I was going to say if I'm allowed to back up and go the other way, we might be able to find a gem somewhere. But I guess
Do another redraw if you wanted.
Yeah. I probably should have. I kind of want what?
There's a little mammal aquarium. Ah.
Aren't you glad I chose this now?
Yes.
Are you going to get in the wheel and run, little guy? Oh, you got to get your exercise. Look at his tiny bunk bed. All right, well, that's a hero. That's a champion right there.
I'm not saying you need to put that in the thumbnail, but
perhaps the most powerful critter anyone's ever seen. Today is a good day because Simon is at camp and he is not as much fun as my friends. I will not have to share my toys, and I will not have to share my room, and I will not have to share my snacks. Having a younger brother is not as much fun as they told me it would be, but today is a good day because today will be a good day because he is at camp. Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today's a good day because I threw away his airplane. Damn. I also had more fun at camp than he has had his entire life. Today is a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission and writing mean things in it too. He also threw my model airplane in the bushes outside, but I got it back. And if he does it again, he will not get to go to the park on Friday, and I will make sure he gets no presents for his birthday. Damn. Well, I don't need any presents because I have my brother's book because he won't stop writing about me, and today is a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book. Even though he is older, he is a crybaby. Crybaby. That said, the words are right. My brain is wrong. Today is a good day because today my brother returns from college, and I get to finally return to him the book I took from him a long, long time ago. Hopefully, you will find it as hilarious as I do. I honestly have no idea how we survived sharing a room. All things being said, I wouldn't have it any other way. Crossed out, I still would rather have had a sister. Congrats on the diploma and welcome home. Huh. Okay, so a contentious relationship with the brother in youth.
Banana.
Double banana. Huge banana combo.
That looks like a video game machine.
Yeah, that's an Atari 2600. Or I guess it might be a 5200. It's an Atari machine in any case. not allowed to play with it, which is ridiculous. Thinsdale Mystery, The Turtles of Vera. Gosh, I wish we could crouch. Little friend's just hanging out. I would like to take a little friend with us,
Yeah.
but we will not be allowed. Hi.
Also, with no staff in the house, this is
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. It's not ideal. All right. We could really use a key. I suppose the dining room will get us through to another room. We have not made it far enough up to have earned a meal.
That feels rude. Food should be a human right. Take that, old dead guy.
You cannot see floor plans while drafting in the dark room. The office has the opportunity to earn and spread coins, which we obviously can't take advantage of. So I'm going to redraw here. So I'm really hoping to show something that... Okay, storeroom. The adventure need not end, because we can use this key to open that one other door. Okay, and this looks pretty much the same with the understanding that what's in the painting frames is changing the way it generally changes. This, it's worth noting, does not change. This swimming bluebird is forever. He's our only friend. He's not our only friend. Oh yeah, that's the note, right? We've seen that. Okay, so this door was locked. But no longer. All right. Oh, I guess I could have chosen the kitchen. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. This is red, though.
I can't remember if it was red or blue the last time we saw it.
I think it was red. I think that's consistent. Okay, this is a dead end no matter what, so we may as well pick the billiard room. And learn ourselves a little puzzle. Well, there's a billiard thing. There's a dartboard here. Real quick, just going back to that diagram that we saw.
Yeah.
It would, like the part that was the dartboard looked like pretty much just a picture of the dartboard, though. Yeah, it says billiard puzzle notes with a question mark next to it, and then a picture of the dartboard with the numbers drawn around it, and the numbers appear to be correct. Okay, can't pick these up. Oh. But so there are colors. There's an order of operations.
There were colors on the little notebook thing as well, right?
Yeah. So hold on, I'm just seeing if anything else in here is interactable. If anything else might be part of it. So there are some colors. It's got blue attraction, yellow subtraction, pink multiplication, and purple division. And then a little drawing that says order of operations with a location and then an arc coming out from the location, but it doesn't necessarily like... I don't know what would be... I guess the dartboard is maybe the central circle. Could be, right? And then the order of operations is whatever's furthest out is, or whatever's closest is first. So it's like minus divided by plus and then multiply, but what do I do with that? So 1, 15, like we can just click stuff and it just produces. Okay, so 12. Out of curiosity, is it the same? No, it's not the same on this side either. So it's still a little unclear to me, even with this weird hint.
Is only the 8-ball numbered there? Because typically,
No, that's
there's
a
a 5.
5. It's got the number on there. I can't quite see it from this side.
It's been a long time since I've seen a billiard table, so I can't.
But no, they're all numbered. So yeah.
Okay.
You think it's like
Can you go back at the darts, please? So we have a green dart, and then green, then red, then green.
okay, that's interesting.
Green and red. What in the notebook? What did those correspond to?
They don't.
Okay.
Addition is blue, subtraction is yellow, multiplication is pink, and division is purple. In that the little drawing that we found.
Okay. So
it doesn't really seem to map to anything in this room.
well, there's red, pink, and blue balls on the table, and the cue's pointing in a. Yeah, I don't know.
We might be a little bit short reference frame wise here yet. I'm sure it's not the last time we'll see it.
Yeah. I'm enjoying getting the little pieces so far, but I gotta tell you, when we went through Lorelei,
Yeah.
I liked the satisfaction of having the little puzzles we could solve as we went along. And at the moment, we're just kind of gathering stuff.
Yeah, we're just gathering pieces of information.
Yeah, it's a very different vibe.
I do believe that locked door ends our adventure.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it's locked. How much was it to buy a key here? Like a bunch.
10.
Like a billion. All right. They did a lot of drawing our attention to the monitors here, but I don't know that I think there's anything terribly interesting going on in them. Maybe I am missing something important. Yeah, I don't know. So I think it's time to just call it a day.
Yeah.
Not sure yet what to make of the things that we have seen.
But we'll find out more next time.
We'll find out more next time. Mount Holly this time was a mid-sized villa with a beautiful 24 rooms. We reached rank 6. We did discover a bunch of new room types. And I don't know exactly, so hold on. Before we quit, save and continue. We're not going to actually do anything on the third day, but I want to look at something in the menu.
Okay.
Unless it wants to throw another very long, weird cinematic at us. I tempted fate. Can I tell you, I'm a total sucker for non-diegetic text placed within the world. Having, located within the world. That always does it for me. So the room directory. So we can see all of the rooms that we have unlocked right now. All the rooms that are available to draw. So we've actually have seen every room then. Unless I guess it's possible that rooms that you don't. Oh, well, that's just the That's the numbered rooms, which are normal room types. And then there's these rooms. And actually, no, stuff only shows up in here once you play it, because we do have multiple green rooms. So never mind, this isn't useful at all. Because we have multiple green rooms unlocked that we just haven't played any of them. Okay, well, it's good to know that that's not useful. All right,
Yeah.
I think with that, we can call it there for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm, still cautiously excited to see what this game has to bring to us. If I'm honest, it is not making its strongest pitch for me just yet. I'm a little bit like, when are we going to get to the fireworks factory? I think you're right that Lorelei sort of doles out, first of all, a little bit of success, but secondly, a little bit more weirdness right away that I think helps sort of hook.
Yeah.
For me, the hook has not yet been set. I'm not saying I would want to, I'm not saying I would quit, but the hook has not been set. Anyway, come back next time when hopefully the hook will be set. Probably we're gonna solve one decent puzzle in here, and all of a sudden it's gonna feel a lot better, right? We just have to make it to that point. So come back next time for that. I forecast, and we'll see you then.